Hello, everyone. Welcome to Youngstown Stock Channel. We appreciate you being here. I'm Isaac. This is Luke.
Hi.
Joe's off camera. We are the MLO Bros. For those that don't know us, we are live at Youngstown Studio in downtown Youngstown right now. We appreciate everybody for being here. Like I said before, absolutely sucks that you're watching under these circumstances and the topic we're talking about today, but we do appreciate you being here. We are going to talk about this whole Ursulin thing. You can call in at any time. Number is right below me, 330-595-1600. You can comment in as well. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of comments. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of calls. So just bear with us as we try and get to everyone, while also just giving our opinions about the topic of Ursulin and this whole debacle. So where do you want? Go ahead, Luke. What do you want to?
Damn it! Okay, collecting my money.
Now,
all right. So, anyways, first, like Isaac just said, we are the MLO Bros. We do want to say this is an opinion show. We do have a lot of facts. We have a lot of opinions from lawyers, and we've heard phone calls. Joe had calls yesterday.
We had friends that graduated from Ursulin, friends who played football at Ursulin, coaches from other schools, parents that have kids in Ursulin that don't play football, kids, parents.
I have relatives that send neighbors.
A lot of people reaching out to us, giving us their opinions on the topic. And ultimately, before we start, what I want to say is don't get mad at us. Either side you're on. If you're saying this is blown out of proportion, or if you're saying, this is awful and heads got to roll, the system, the leadership, that's who you got to be mad at. Don't get mad at us.
I was going to say
leadership.
If you're for Ursulin and say everything's good and everything's great, you can get mad at us for talking. I don't care. Like our thing, we've been doing this for 5 years now. Our whole thing is to talk about shit nobody else will talk about. Mm-hmm. That's how we've always been. That's how it's always going to be. We have people who hate us. We have people who love us. And that's the way it works.
But
talk.
Both sides of the argument should be mad, not at us, but at leadership. Because from the get-go, something happened. Right? Whether you think it's a little thing or it's a massive thing, which I'm assuming it's a massive thing, obviously. Be mad at leadership because they didn't get out in front of this. The Catholic Church, Ursulin, coaches, they didn't get out in front of this and handle this properly and communicate with the public about what really happened. And now the public is left with lawyers releasing documents, giving a breakdown of what happened, of what the victim's side of what happened. And that's what the people are left with to interpret and to try and figure out what the heck actually happened. And defending the school, Luke knows, Joe knows, I don't like lawyers. So now you have a lawyer, money-hungry lawyers going after the school, trying to profit off of the situation that are professional arguers that write up a document that is that is written to make it look as bad as possible. So just the people, when they read that and when we read it today, you need to understand the lawyers wrote that paper to be as bad as possible because they are defending the victims.
You also, man, I read almost all of it.
Yeah.
200 pages.
Right.
The lawyers do a very good job because they have screenshots of text messages in the actual court docket.
Yeah.
They absolutely blast the assistant coach, McGlynn or whatever his name is, for illegally recruiting because they have it all in text messages. I mean, it is brutal.
So can you guys set the pins first for anybody that's joining us? What we're even talking about?
This I can do. So, all right. Setting the pins, and then we'll go from there. And if you're calling in, you're going to have to hold because we got to go through this. We were talking about Ursulin, okay? Ursuline High School in Youngstown, Ohio. Quick little rundown of the history of Ursulin. Is that cool? You guys want to do that? Go ahead. Founded in 1905 by the Ursulin Sisters of Youngstown, the school began as an Ursulin Academy of Holy Name of Jesus on West Rain Avenue. Enrollment started with just 25 girls under the leadership of Mother Vincent O'Connell. Seems like a guy's name. Okay. Anyway, with a focus of classic studies, religion, and education. In the expansion, 1919, they expanded and went from there. Transitioned to coeducation in 1930. It became a coeducational and was officially renamed Ursuline High School. By 1942, enrollment went to 622 students. 1953, it had another major addition. And then today, Ursuline High School remains a Catholic coeducational college school serving Mahoning Valley. Enrollment is around 438 students, so it's not a very big school. 438 students with strong academic programs, athletics. The school's motto remains Soli Deo Gloria, for the glory of God alone. There you go. So that is that. All right. So now we're going to get into
what happened.
Timeline.
Or what we
I have a timeline of the events. How's that sound?
Okay, timeline of the events. And this is from who? Who wrote this timeline of events?
This is from ChatGPT, pulling all the stuff. ChatGPT.
Okay, but
using the 200-page document.
Okay, so this is still pulled from ChatGPT, which is pulled from the lawyer's documents
and interviews, and it also pulled from like news articles.
Okay.
So
because here's the problem. This is if it's just the lawyer's documents.
No, it's not. It's also it pulled. I made sure. I said pull from news articles.
Because the school did a horrendous job of releasing any information.
Correct.
So we're only using the victim's side of the story.
We're going to talk about that because the school hides behind privacy law. But we're talking about
right because they're a private school.
This is all we got. This is what we got to go with.
This is what we got.
This is what we got to go with.
All right.
But like
timeline.
Okay.
This is what we got to go with. June 2025, a football camp trip. It's a 9-day trip. Team departs on a 9-day trip spanning Florida, Tennessee, Alabama. First off, 9-day trip for a high school is crazy.
Hey, where are you? I'll read it.
I'm reading it. Read it.
Read slow. Read
slower. Okay, sorry. Team departs for a 9-day camp spanning Florida, Tennessee, and Alabama. That is in June of 2025.
Thank you.
Is that good or should I?
No, you're doing great.
Okay. And then during the trip, you had every time they stopped, basically the team recorded and assaulted someone at night.
At each stop along the way?
At each stop. I mean, this is literally over the entire trip.
Okay.
The players recorded the assaults on Snapchat and shared the videos privately, which the lawyers all have the videos.
Wow. Okay.
Mid-June. So this is right then. The mother learns of the incident and confronts assistant coach Timothy McGlynn.
She learns when they're on the trip, right? Because the kid's messaging his mom.
Yep. So then she goes to the assistant coach. McGlynn allegedly dismisses this is just boys being boys. Mother then escalates to Principal Matthew Sammartino and assistant principal Margaret Demore. During they basically had a according to the court docket again, they had a meeting with Demore and Sammartino. Demore admits it's bad. Sammartino shows no interest and just total whatever. Okay.
And Sammartino is who?
Sammartino is the principal. Okay. According to the mother, no school-led investigation or discipline follows. Okay. Late June, team social media accounts allegedly deleted. They weren't allegedly deleted. The football Facebook page got deleted.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah. I remember this information dropped. The rumor mill was swirling, and they deleted the pictures of the football trip. And we brought it up on the show and said, this is not good. You're like admitting something happened.
Correct.
And rather than getting out in front of this, and we mentioned this back then, rather than getting out in front of this, you're deleting your pictures of the trip and like admitting something happened while giving people no information.
Right. You'll also remember we started calling them out on it in mid-June.
Yeah.
And we got deleted and blocked
from
their
Ursuline
High School page.
Yes.
For like 2 hours.
Yeah. And then they brought
I started
us back.
calling them out.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, we were unblocked.
Yeah. And back then when we were talking about it, we were getting attacked by parents saying, you don't know what happened.
Oh,
you
100%.
can't talk about this. But that's the school's what you don't know what happened.
100%.
Don't talk about this. Well, rumors are swirling. What do you want people to do?
100%. Late June 25. Let's see here. Okay, so then there are public statements frame incident as isolated. So basically, in late June, I have the things the principal released. He releases basically quick things saying, "Hey, it's an internal investigation. We're handling it." Okay.
Okay.
July 2025, the diocese is officially notified. Diocese of Youngstown notified by school staff. So the school waited until July to notify the diocese who's in charge of the schools. Got it? Diocese claims in a press release timely investigation in cooperation with the police. Okay. No detail is provided. They never provide detail in anything, what they've done, who they've done, where, you know what I mean?
Remember when you requested from the police what happened and they just sent us back a document that said Ursulin, Youngstown police, and then everything was redacted.
Yes.
Everything was censored.
I talked to a lawyer about that. And he says, we have a court case against the Youngstown Police Department for doing that. They redacted everything. They were being smartasses.
Yeah,
they were 100% being smartasses.
Totally gave us nothing on purpose.
On purpose, right?
Yeah, and redacted the entire thing. Everything was black.
I also came to learn also that there are many of the police, or a couple of the police people have kids that go to Ursulin and possibly play football. Imagine that.
Okay, you say that. My question is, I've heard rumors, the lawyers, do they have any kids that go to any schools that would be competition of Ursulin?
I don't know that. I know the one graduated from Ursulin.
The one lawyer. Okay. Where do their kids go?
I don't know. You think they go to Moody?
I bet they go to Moody. That's what I heard. I heard
That's
they
ridiculous.
went to Moody.
I mean, come on.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't change the fact. It's just if there's bad blood, there's bad blood.
Continued fallout.
You have the opportunity to sink your teeth in, or you're going to take it. There's some
August
bad people out there.
2025. Continued fallout. Son, family faces retaliation and harassment. So the people who do that, the sister of the victim harassed at school, work eventually transfers because she was being harassed so bad.
The sister of the victim.
Yes, transfers.
That's like sick, man.
Yeah.
Why are they harassing her? Because she's talking about it?
She's, dude, 100%. Dude, you have these high school football players that were sexually assaulting a kid, and then the family sues the school. Of course she's going to get harassed.
Man.
Could you imagine?
That's messed up.
September 2nd, 2025, a 200-page complaint is filed with the U.S. District Court. Defendants are Ursuline's High School, the diocese, Principal San Martino, the assistant principal, the coaches, 11 players, and parents. The allegations are hazing, sexual assault, kidnapping, child pornography, reckless hiring, Title IX violations, which we've talked about before, civil rights violations. September 3rd, public response. Diocese issues a statement reading cooperation investigation. School reaffirms commitment to safety, but does not admit any wrongdoing. Media outlets highlight systematic failures and long history of hazing. More victims just come forward. There's like 4 or 5 now that have come forward.
Saying what?
Saying they were sexually assaulted and harassed by the older kids.
Wow. Do you want to describe the video that you saw and what kind of sexual harassment we're talking about?
We've seen it.
No, so just to be clear, I had calls from lawyers. Luke and I have nothing that has anything to do with nudity or kids.
Right.
What we saw was
it was shared.
Parents sent it to us. It was they were pinning a kid down and like dry humping him.
Had their clothes on the entire time.
Yes, there was
one kid. I mean, I'll describe. I don't care. I talked to the lawyer so we can talk about it.
They were like on both sides of him on a bed, holding him down, and then another kid was humping him,
dry humping him, flipping his legs up, acting like
everybody was laughing, and it was
and the kids, you could tell the kids upset.
Pretty fun.
The other video that was described to me from one of the lawyers involved called me yesterday. He says he has the video. He can't share it because it's technically nudity and everything else like that. And it has to do with the court case. It'll be shared in the court.
We had lawyers say, guys, do not share any of that stuff. Especially if you have nudity. Like that's so I'm not even going to say it because we'll get kicked off of Facebook. But like you'll go into a database. So if anybody has any of, or their kids have any of that stuff on their phone
be sharing
that
it.
has nudity, do not be sharing that. You are on an FBI watch list somewhere.
So here's what was described to me. And this is, I made an emotional video after because I was pissed off. One of the lawyers called me, the defendants of the case. He says there is a video. It'll be in the court. He confirms it. He's not lying. And basically, they were videotaping a group of kids going into one of the players' rooms. Okay. They're doing the same thing. They're like scratching at him, holding him. They said holding him up against the wall, clawing at his pants and this kind of stuff. All of a sudden, one of the kids yells, "Hey, the coaches are awake. The coaches are complaining." They scatter. Okay. And I'll say who it was because I mean, this is.
What do you mean? Don't say that.
Well, I'm not going to say the kid's name, but I'll say his position. I mean, can I say that?
I wouldn't.
Okay. A leader of the team, while all this is going on, "Hey, come to my room. You can hide in my room." Okay. They go to the leader's room. Okay. While the stuff's going on, leader closes the door, turns and to the kid and says, "You're not going anywhere." There were 5 guys waiting for him in the bathroom. It was a setup, basically.
So the 5 guys came out of the bathroom.
Yes. They pick this kid up, throw him on the bed.
Okay.
Hold him down. Okay. Start dry humping him and everything else again, right? He starts kicking back, fighting. I mean, you're held down by 4 guys.
Yeah.
You got to remember, these are freshmen versus men, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's
not men, seniors in high school.
Right. I guess he kicks loose. This is on video. Kicks loose. Okay. Gets one leg loose, starts flipping around, falls over onto the bed, onto his stomach. One of the kids rips his pants off. So now he's completely naked.
Okay.
Kids start laughing. They're filming this the entire time. They act like they're dry up. They'll start hitting his ass. He's like covered his head. You know what I mean? Because they're all over him. I mean, this is disturbing shit.
Yeah.
Eventually, he rolls. They're like calling him little penis.
Yeah. Making fun of him.
Making fun of him, right? While filming him. One of them takes like his underwear and uses it as like a trophy, I guess. And he said it ended with a kid walking up to him and smacking the kid in the face. Disturbing. If this was my kid, I'd be in jail. You guys wouldn't see me right now. I would be in jail. So they go to so then all this happens, right?
Well, what was so people are claiming from Ursulin's side are claiming that like punishment was dished out in the summer and they couldn't do anything other than like say, "Hey, you're suspended for a couple weeks."
They won't say what happened. They won't say what they did. All they say is we punished them accordingly. We worked with the police department. Police investigation has been going on for 4 months.
And this story was told from the lawyer's perspective.
Yes, but he's swearing he has a video of all that I just told you.
Fuck, man.
No, Annie. If it was my kid, I wouldn't be talking on a podcast about it. You know why? Because I'd be in jail. Because I would have went there and freaking absolutely annihilated people. That's what I mean. Nice try. Annie, nice try, Annie.
It's so
get that out of your head.
It's sad because
freaking tried
the school failed everyone. The school failed the poor victim.
I'd be in jail. If somebody did that to one of my kids.
The school,
prison,
and leadership failed the kids doing this and failed their reputation forever. Because if they would have had stopped this when it first started happening, it wouldn't have escalated to this. Don't be mad. Don't be mad at us. Don't be mad at the lawyer who.
Well, she's already trying to warp. Did you see what she did? I said one sentence and she, this freaking stupid
it's
person
Ursulin
on Facebook
across the board. Both sides should be mad at Ursulin itself.
Yeah.
It did not have to escalate this far. And then they didn't communicate at all of what was happening to the students, to the parents, to the community. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you. No,
I'm just
good.
Getting pissed. I had one of my kids get pants. Now, just at a track, like they were younger, at a track thing. I absolutely went off.
Yeah.
I called all the parents. I called the superintendent. I mean, off.
Yeah.
and it was dealt with justly, and the kids, got suspended from the camp, right? Like, I'm just telling you, pew pew is right, Ben. Exactly.
So, like, everyone should blame the school. All of the students, like, some of my favorite memories of high school were at football games. All of the kids don't have a football game to go to. The entire season's ruined, not because of the leadership.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Don't be mad at us for talking about it. We were given, like, it blew up because the school didn't do the right thing and handle the situation. And here's the other thing. To some degree, like, I know we joke about Ursulin and Mooney and the private schools that act like they're better than everybody else. But to some degree, in your business plan, Ursulin, in your business model, you're a private school. You make people pay to go to your school. A majority of the students pay to go to your school. So you are, in your business model, saying, pay to go here instead of public school. We will provide you with something better. A better football team.
That's how they sell it.
That's how they sell it. So you're claiming your business model is we are better than. So if that's your business model, that's your business plan, you're held to a higher standard. Okay? You tried to hide behind, we're not a public school, we don't have to disclose anything.
Well, they're hiding behind privacy, which the public schools do too, though. But let's not forget.
Right.
They hide behind that crap.
But you want to be better. You claim to be better. And to some degree, you're held to a higher standard because of it. And you failed. Failed all of the kids in your school.
Mm-hmm.
All of the parents. Failed to get out in front of it.
Yep.
And now the rumor mill's going, and you could have stopped this at the very beginning, and you didn't.
Yeah. All right. So I got a summary of the lawsuit. Now, when we're going over the lawsuit, remember, like you said earlier, this is lawyers lawyering. Okay.
Yeah. They are money hungry lawyers that are professional arguers that are releasing this information to make it look as bad as possible. Everybody reading it needs to understand that.
Right.
There are two sides to every story, and I'm not defending kids getting I'm not defending the people doing these the kids doing these terrible things, but you need to understand the lawyers are paid arguers chasing a check, trying to, and won't settle for anything under $500K.
They also are very well written and well spoken. Let me give you an example.
Professional arguers.
They're professional, but they're also very good at writing. Let me give you an example of them writing professionally, doing a great job.
Okay.
When the MLO bros, this is out of the court docket, by the way. Mm-hmm. When the MLO bros, Joe, this is out of the court docket. Just want to read this to you.
It's official. When the
MLO bros, local podcasters known for their bold and unfiltered approach to community news.
Jesus.
You see his head grow just there?
Excuse my language, Catholic Church. Jeez, oh man.
Somebody sent me that, and I'm like, oh God, we're in the court docket. I think we're 2 for 2.
Are we gonna get called into court?
No.
They're just using our comment section, right?
If they do call us into court, I'm gonna totally be like, you can't handle the truth.
No, thanks. I don't want anything to do with that.
All right, sorry. Okay, as for the lawsuit. This is from that, so it's based from the lawyers. It's filed September 2nd, 2025 in the U.S. District Court, so it is a U.S. court case. I mean, it's like a federal court case.
Wow.
It isn't criminal. That is one thing you have to realize. It is civil, so they're going for money, not criminal charges. The criminal charges will come from the investigations. The Youngstown Police Department has had this under investigation for 4 months now.
Yeah.
Which is that long?
Oh, that's long.
Right?
That is. With as much evidence as they already have that's public.
Why is it taking so long?
Trying to get through football season.
Is it? Why is the Youngstown Police Department taking so long on this?
From our history of knowing Youngstown and Youngstown Police Department, they don't exactly like their job.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they're complaining. Yeah, they're too. Yeah.
When 85% of police officers in Youngstown don't support
the council,
the mayor, administration, and then 100% don't support council.
Yeah,
just keep that in mind. They don't exactly like.
Morale
isn't exactly through the roof.
Why is no one calling out the Youngstown Police Department for taking so long? I'll be the first one to do it. I mean, it was June. It's September.
Got to get through football season, baby.
Right?
Go political. Fighting Irish.
You think it's political?
Oh, for sure.
Joe, you do for sure, right?
Yeah.
Political? What do you mean?
Political, as in like, let's tamp this down. Let's not make anybody look foolish. Let's not throw anybody under the bus. Let's protect the chosen ones.
It's crazy.
Are you saying that the Catholic Church has the Ursulin has chosen people because they're a private school and they have all kinds of money?
Not just the private school, political, same thing.
Crazy. All right. I just can't believe this. I'm going to send them an email today. Hey, can I get an update?
They'll probably send you back an entire redacted sheet of
Get
what
a
they're not allowed
response
to
from
talk
you,
about.
black ink.
except for the letters F-U, just the only two letters.
Cordially, F-U.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, the assaults. Freshman was restrained, stripped, assaulted multiple times. One player sexually assaulted him by grinding against him. Rituals called taking butts involved humiliating young players, taking their underwear off and keeping them as trophies. Other players cheered, recorded, and circulated videos on private Snapchat groups. Administrative failures. Mother reported abuse to assistant coach Timothy McGlynn, who replied, "Boys will be boys." Principal San Martino allegedly dismissed the evidence. Assistant principal said this is bad, but no discipline followed. Allegations of deleted social media accounts and silencing of players. Basically, they deleted the social media accounts. They told the players not to talk about it.
Can I say something
real
quick?
Say whatever you want.
Talk about something real quick.
Yeah.
I saw a post from a Facebook friend of mine, and I thought about it for a long time, and because he made a good point. I don't know if he's comfortable with me saying his name or not, so I won't. But hazing and in all school activities has always been around, from the band to the football team to the basketball team to the soccer team to everything. It's always been a thing because you have people that are competing and it's just students doing stupid shit. So like they're just trying to play it off as boys will be boys. But hazing has been around for a long time. Not that far, obviously. But like Luke and I, like you played football, I played sports.
100%.
We were always screwing with each other.
Yeah,
but like
100%.
if you took it too far, you got in trouble. Like you don't pin a kid down and dry hump him in like, and everybody like jumps him. Like that never happened. But like we've talked about this before. Remember the atomic sit-up? Like, hey, we're gonna close your eyes and you're gonna lay down and you're gonna do a sit-up as fast as you possibly can. And then the two guys would hold your arm down. And you're like, okay, 3, 2, 1, do a sit-up. And then you do a sit-up into another player's bare ass. And they'd be like, oh, and you'd be like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Don't do that. Like, screw you.
Yeah.
And then you'd
But
move
not
on to be
holding people down.
But
and
like,
freaking
like,
raping.
so there's always been hazing. And yes, it's wrong. And yes, it should be disciplined. And like
swirlies are hazing, sexual assault doesn't even come close.
Right. But like, I guess it's almost comes down to like consent. Like, they like, guys did that to me, and I was like, "What? Don't do that again."
Yeah.
Like, push each other. We handle it, and it's over. But like, hazing has always existed, and obviously this is too far. But like, yeah, it needs to stop. I just wanted to, like, it's always been a thing, you know.
Yep.
And it's not wrong, and or it is wrong. I'm sorry, it is wrong, and I don't know.
Do you want to take this call, by the way?
Yeah, let's do it. He's been on there for a while.
Dry humping with an erection is not the same. No, obviously not.
All right, caller, you're on.
Sorry about the delay. What's going on, caller?
Hey guys. First of all, my name's Dane Davis. I'm an Ursulin grad from 2006. First time listening to the show. You guys do a really good show and podcast. Here's why I'm calling in. As an Ursulin grad, I want to say to everybody who's listening to this show that your anger, your frustration should be directed at the leadership of the school,
100%,
and the coaches, the administration, from top to down. The people discussing this, the whistleblowers, the people trying to bring this to public attention are not the enemy. They're not trying to take down Ursulin, because if Ursulin were doing the right thing, there'd be nothing to take down.
Perfect.
And so that's my first point. My second point is I am just very disappointed in a institution that prides itself on being a Catholic school, and like you guys said, being different from the rest, falling so low. The immediate action was to suspend the coaches and suspend the players on day one of the investigation. I want you guys to think about this. If a teacher were accused of pedophilia, that teacher would be suspended on day one because there's the risk that that teacher is a threat to other students. Now, it doesn't mean the teacher gets fired, right? There needs to be an investigation.
Yeah.
But that teacher needs to be suspended. The same is true with the students and the coaches. And the fact that they didn't do this, and the fact that they put out multiple statements digging in, and not acknowledging the community's anger, is just so disappointing to me and frustrating. And I'm going to make a couple more points, but then I'll pause, guys. I'm not trying to.
Oh, no, you're good.
Go,
no, you're
go.
making great
One,
points, man. As a grad, I love it.
If you read that indictment, the problem starts from the top. Father Murphy, who was my teacher, and Maggie DeMoore, who was my classmate. Father Murphy brought back Coach Rebranding after knowing that there were issues with this coach.
Yep.
So he put the football team ahead of the safety of the students. Think about that.
Yep.
Just think about that. And the negligence, okay? He's the president of the school. He needs to resign today. The second thing I want all your listeners to consider is the fact that this school is going to be irrevocably damaged for all the alumni, for all the students, for all the parents. There are a lot of people who did nothing wrong that are entirely innocent that are going to be hurt. I've been reading the comments and for WFMJ and WKBN. People in this area want blood. They're angry, and it's unfortunate that all these innocent people are going to have to suffer. But the person at fault or the persons at fault of that are not the people that are reporting on this. It's the people that commit the action. I'll pause there, guys.
Now, thanks, man. Good.
Yeah,
good call.
I appreciate the call, brother.
He's 100% right. I mean, we started the show saying it's top down.
And some of the folks that are saying that this is an attack from the community that has always disliked the Ursulin football team, and now they have the opportunity to take them down, and we're gonna have a good season. We were gonna have a good season until this happened.
Get out of
That
here.
is an absolutely wild take.
Yeah.
That is disgusting. Because, I mean, dude.
It's football. Who cares? Ursulin do good. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care if Ursulin does good. What kind of comment is that? We're friggin' adults, right?
Just a wild take that it's just the community attacking Ursulin because of football.
Let's
That is insane.
He brought up two very interesting, or he brought up an interesting point about the coach. Okay. There are two coaches that were involved. Timothy McGlynn, who's the assistant coach, and Dan Reardon, who is the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Timothy McGlynn in 2020 was placed on leave and investigated after allegations of making violent threats. Kill another coach, firebomb someone's house, verbal and physical abuse of players, intimidation and misuse at Champion High School. He resigned October 2020 amid controversy. Okay. Dan Reardon.
But like, how much of that is just a coach being coaches are wild.
He got fired, bro.
Coaches to get you fired up, say stupid stuff like get your finger
I-
out of your ass and get back on defense.
I have been told some terrible things while I was playing football, but
Right.
I'm just telling you, this is a trap. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, I coached you. I said terrible things to you.
Yeah. You literally threatened to murder me on a basketball court and said, "Sub, go get my brother," before I literally murder him. Like,
It's different. You're my brother. That's why I don't coach anymore. All right. 2011 resignation. Okay. Dan Reardon. He is currently a teacher at Ursulin right now, by the way. So he's with the kids every day.
Yeah.
2011, he resignation due to tolerance of player misconduct and recruiting controversies and behavior issues with players from Ursulin. He was fired from Ursulin.
Okay.
Resigned.
Okay. Here's the thing. I can't believe, as a kid who went to South Range, we made it to the playoffs, and we would get our teeth kicked in by Ursulin because they recruit, is defending Ursulin for recruiting in this situation. But why the hell are the lawyers bringing up coaches' recruiting issues in the past?
Well, they're. Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with kids being assaulted.
That was in there, but I pulled
So
that up myself.
I am literally defending Ursulin recruiting and being a bunch of cheaters. Not really, but just football because they're private school they recruit, and I went to South. But why does that matter?
Because
to
they're
kids getting assaulted.
They're painting a picture.
They're trying to make it as bad as possible.
Painting a picture.
But like, just because they recruited for football doesn't mean they're okay with assault.
Yep. All right. I'm going to read.
Got another call, by the way. You want to take
I
it?
can't believe I'm defending Ursulin.
Hey, caller, go ahead. Sorry, did I just do your job?
Yo, hey, man, thanks for taking my call. Hey, Luke, I got to agree with you, man. If that was my son or my kid that got hazed like that, I'm telling you what, man, I would have someone's ass beat.
Yep.
Like you read about, man.
Yep.
And I would do my 60 days in jail.
Yep.
And then when I got back out, I'd go beat another person's ass.
Do another 60.
And I'd go back to jail again. And then when I got out, I'd beat another son of a bitch's ass. And I'd say,
right.
oh, yeah, there's going to be blood.
Yep. I 100% agree, man. I and I have kids, and I have a kid in high school. I have a kid in middle school. Anybody touches my kid's butt, they're dead. Like, it's ridiculous. And then the fact, like you said, which makes me even more mad, is I send my kid to these schools expecting them to be safe, expecting them to be treated well, expecting them to be protected, and it didn't happen.
I agree, man. I agree. My oldest son, when he was going to he was in Salem City School, he was being bullied on the bus. All right, and he was still just coming out of elementary school, going into junior high. I told him, I said, son, I can't fight your battles for you. All I can do is provide you the tools in order to defend yourself. So I enrolled him in the martial arts.
There you go.
All right, and this bullying, I went to the principal, the vice principal, tried to get it resumed, and it still happened. Not to a heightened event, but it still happened. A couple of years down the road, my son just got fed up to his eyeballs, and he beat this kid's ass.
Yep.
He beat his ass good and proper. It was not during school. It was on another outing that had no school affiliation at all. He beat this kid's ass, man, like good and proper, and it all stopped. Not just by him, the bully,
right?
And all the other kids in his class, man. And that put a freaking end to that. Game over, said and done.
Yep. No, I agree, and and you defend them from there and go from there. Well, thanks for the call, man.
All right, brothers. Keep up the good work. Man.
Thanks.
The biggest fans.
All right, thanks, man.
Thanks for the call.
All right, thanks. I tell my boys. This is what I tell my boys. Okay.
What up, Isaac?
Hold on, mail call.
Mail call. What up, Isaac?
How you doing? Good, buddy. Everything all right?
Whoa, good. We're in deep right now with this Ursulin stuff.
You want nothing to do with that one? Yeah.
You got some deep stuff.
Right.
Isaac's like, I don't want anything to do with this.
Thanks,
See you
Isaac.
later, dude.
Thank you, sir.
For this one, man.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
He's like, oh, man.
You guys ever seen the second season of True Detective?
No.
Where Colin Farrell, his kid's getting bullied, and he goes and knocks on the kid's front door, and he says, "Hey, you little shit, you like bullying? You like bullying kids your age?" Puts on, he's like, tell your dad to come to the door. Dad comes to the door, grabs the dad. He's like, "You like bullying little kids?" Just beats the piss out of the dad in front of the kid. He's like, "Stop bullying my kid."
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. So what? You got a kid.
Yeah.
You're working on kids.
Mm-hmm.
I tell my kids, don't start a fight.
And we're not condoning violence. Don't be violent.
I'm saying if somebody swings at you, defend yourself, and I will have your back 100%. Right? The other thing I tell my kids, if you see somebody getting bullied and you defend them, I will defend you to the end.
But in this situation, the poor kid,
they had no way to defend
he's
themselves.
pinning him down. There were five of them.
They had no way to defend
Yeah, you're
themselves.
just going into the fetal position and hoping for the best.
Yep. It's crazy.
And like
Hey, Annie, you want to troll and have a fake account in here and do all this stuff? Call. Why don't you call? Call us and tell us your story. You got the number right there, Annie. You want to hang out in the comments and be a little blah, blah, blah? Call. Or are you going to just hide behind your fake profile? You can call us right now. Anybody that has a problem with us, we will be respectful. We will be nice. Call in if you don't like what we're saying. All right?
There's a call. Take it.
All right, take it.
All right, caller, go ahead.
I had no skin in this game at all.
Okay.
But I'm just curious why the coach's son, who is a freshman, roomed with his father during the trip. Why wasn't that addressed?
That's I can't answer that. I mean,
Is that true?
It was mentioned in the court case. As a dad,
I mean, the son was on the Snapchat.
Yeah.
Why didn't he go to his father and say, "Look what's happening to this player"?
Yeah, we can't answer that one. That is all speculation. We have no idea. You know what I mean? No idea. No idea. It's a good point, though. Thanks for the call.
Thank you. Thanks for the call.
Yes, thank you.
Other thing I don't like happening right now with the rumors swirling.
That was mentioned in the court case.
Okay, I don't like that the lawyers listed the parents' names because that could ultimately you're doxing doxing the parents, right? And then all you got to do is look at last names and you can track down the kids.
Yeah.
So you're 100%. In turn lawyers will do everything that they possibly can to make it look as bad as possible within their legal boundary. So they know we're not allowed to say the kids' names, but we can damn well say the parents' names, and that will get back to the kids.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So I don't agree with them doing that, but legally they're allowed to do it. But I don't like that at all because you're technically doxing the kids.
Sorry, I just saw it. While we're waiting, and we're just kind of jumping around now. How about this? This is going to piss you off. This was released in July 2025 from the school, from the principal. Sent to the parents. At Ursuline High School, the safety, well-being, and character development of our students are the highest priorities.
Okay.
We are currently investigating a report of inappropriate behavior involving members of the football team during a recent trip. As always, we take concerns about student conduct very seriously and are committed to addressing them in alignment with our school's code of conduct and values we strive to instill in every student. Parents of the students directly involved have been contacted, and we are working with the appropriate authorities to ensure a thorough and fair review of the situation. This is in July. 2 months ago? In recent days, there have been increased attention on social media, including the sharing of blatant misinformation and speculation. We understand how difficult it is when questions arise and answers are limited due to the need to protect student confidentiality during an active investigation. We respectfully ask for your support in speaking with your child about the importance of avoiding rumors, maintaining respect for others, and demonstrating leadership during these challenging times. We are committed to transparency and accountability and will provide updates when we are able to so appropriately. Blah, 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 blah.
So Tina says, consequences for actions. I totally agree with the lawyers listing the adults. Those kids knew exactly what they were doing. Yes, the kids knew exactly what they were doing, and they did some terrible things. But I still don't blame, well, to an extent, I blame the kids, but most of the blame has to fall on the coaches and the leadership for not monitoring these kids on the trip, because it didn't just turn into 4 kids pinning a kid down and dry humping him. It had to have escalated from smaller things that they got away with, and then it kept building and it kept building and it kept building, and it got to the point where they're pantsing kids and slapping them in the face and literally assaulting children. So if leadership would have handled it from the beginning instead of taking the boys will be boys approach, this wouldn't have happened. From the top down, it always falls on leadership. Always. And it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. So I at the end of the day, you can only blame the kids so much. It is the coaches. It is Ursulin management, leadership. That's who is really needs to fry in this situation.
Do you?
And I still don't think you put kids' names in docs children.
I'm gonna ask this question. You want to take a call? Then I'm gonna ask a question to everybody watching.
All right, caller, you're on.
Hey, I just wanted to make a different perspective on this.
Sure.
And this is from when he came to Canton McKinley, when he left.
Who's that?
Ursulin. Rebranding.
Okay. Talk about Rebranding going. So he went from Ursulin the first time to Canton McKinley. Got it.
Yes. So, anyway, going to that, there are now 5 people that this morning are coming forward from the Canton McKinley program that things like this happened under his leadership and under his watch. This guy is not a leader. He's nothing but a pedophile as a coach.
How so because he let this stuff go on?
You know, leaving the first time, Ursulin and going back should have been the red flag.
Gotcha.
People should have been paying attention to.
Yeah.
But nobody's paid attention to this. And now, plus, you know, he went to Arizona, you know that, right?
I didn't. No, I was trying to find stuff on him. It was kind of spotty.
But right now, I suspect that he's done this everywhere he's gone.
Okay.
Well,
And I gotta say this.
Go ahead.
I had a family member who was involved in the Steubenville case.
Oh, right.
This blows the Steubenville case away.
Yeah.
Not that I'm making light of it,
No.
but this is so egregious that the top leadership of that school needs to be in jail. I mean, jail.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. And that will come not from the civil case. That'll come from criminal charges if they are brought down.
Yeah.
All right.
And the school needs to lose its charter from the state. It's licensed as a school.
Well,
it's not safe for the kids.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll discuss. Thanks for the call, boss.
Thank you for the call, sir.
Yeah.
I don't. So
you got to watch like rumors, speculation versus.
You can't just call like the coach wasn't accused of doing this stuff. You can't call the coach a pedophile.
I could call him a bad coach.
Okay, but like I like I said before, I have friends that graduated from Ursulin that played football, and they say that the head coach is Rebranding, right?
The head coach is Rebranding. McGlynn's the assistant.
Okay, I've heard great things about Rebranding, and I've heard sketchy shit.
I've heard a lot of bad stuff about
dude.
McGlynn. I've heard a bunch.
Yeah, I've heard from players. So like that is kind of telling. But I've heard good things about Rebranding too. So and I didn't play under him. I don't you know.
Take another one. We got some calls here.
You just got to be careful with
All right, caller, you're on.
Hey guys, nice job today. Appreciate your doing your work. So, you know, I'm a graduate of Warren JFK, and it was the worst kept secret in the school about brother Stephen Baker. I have friends who were victims of that.
Who's brother Stephen Baker? We don't.
Do I even want to know what that is?
Brother Stephen Baker.
Oh God.
Brother Stephen Baker, for the listeners that don't know, was a Franciscan priest, a Franciscan brother who taught at Warren JFK. He was also the baseball coach, and he was the athletic trainer. From the period of like late 1980 to mid 1990s, he was at JFK. He assaulted all kinds of kids.
Oh,
the diocese knew about it. The school knew about it. They moved him on to another diocese in like Pennsylvania, where he continued to do the same thing.
Wow.
The diocese didn't learn their lesson with him then, and they haven't learned it Now,
Is
if
this-
anybody is familiar with the brother Stephen Baker situation, to do a couple Google searches, and
Yeah.
it was absolutely horrific. It will make this look like nothing, and this is bad enough as it is. Those people should all be held accountable civilly and criminally.
Do you think that Ursulin and the Catholic diocese is kind of taking the same approach that they did then, with not as much success, obviously, with just trying to cover it up, trying to scoot it under the rug and like hide it without telling the public what's actually going on?
Well, yeah, absolutely. The Catholic Church and the diocese itself, they seem to think that they can operate by a different standard. And, you know, JFK's great school. They're still there today. They still got a baseball team. And, you know, everybody knows about the athletic standards at JFK. The school's still there. They didn't lose their charter. They're part of the diocese still.
Right.
But this is a problem that is systematic, not just here, but I'm sure in dioceses all across the country.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, they have a history of doing that.
You know, they have a tendency to hide their own.
Protect them.
I'm Catholic too.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know the particulars. I do know some of the people involved with this. And they're two completely different situations. But just the handling of it, again, like you guys have said, top down, diocesan administrators, school administrators, communication, like it's so poor. It's so bad. They have left themselves open to all of the litigation that is coming their way.
Yeah.
And every day that goes by, that victim's mother, her bank account increases daily with a zero.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Well, we
thanks for
appreciate the
man.
call, sir. Thank you.
Dude.
So,
Oh, can I read this?
yeah, what happened?
The Baker guy.
Somebody in the comments
This
said,
is
did
in
he commit suicide?
2013. 11 former JFK students received financial settlements from alleged sexual abuse. They paid them off.
And that's probably from the Catholic diocese at a
100%, yeah.
national level.
Yeah. 11 men who say they were victims of brother Stephen P. Baker when they
Holy
were just
shit.
14 to 18 years old have now received financial settlements that include money from the Catholic Diocese of Youngstown, the TOR Franciscan Order out of Pennsylvania, and JFK. Asking that we protect our honor. Two former graduates said they were sexually assaulted, took sexual abuse in 20 years ago. Brother Baker would take us into the training room, close the door where no one could see, and either put you in the room and watch you take a whirlpool, and then massage different areas, private areas included. Brother Baker was not only an athletic trainer. Wow.
So that segues into two things I want to talk about. Number one, social media can be a double-edged sword.
Right.
Okay. Rumors swirl, but when shit actually pops off, there are 1,500 people in here right now blowing the lid off of this thing and putting immense pressure and spreading the word about this crazy stuff that happened. And it's getting out of control. And the school has to do something because everyone knows about it. Whereas back then in the 90s was when there wasn't the internet.
Couldn't do it.
They could push it under the rug. All of leadership from the national down to local level could hide shit, and they can't anymore. And that's the beauty of the internet.
Well, and here's the problem. And here's where this thing with Ursulin multiplies by like 10 for me. You have a track record of the diocese hiding things. Everybody knows. They were moving priests around. They were covering it up. They were paying people off.
So that leads to my next question: is how $500K? Does the Catholic diocese at the national level swoop in and pay off this mom $500K?
I'm sure they're going to try.
Here's what I say. Or here's my
They'll
opinion.
settle. They'll settle in court. It's going to go to court and they're going to settle. I mean, there's no doubt. They won't drag this through.
Okay.
There's no way, Isaac. There's no way. They'll settle. Here's what's going to happen. We are innocent. We didn't do anything. This is what they always do. However, to prevent any more damage to our students and our families and blah, 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 we are going to settle and move on from this terrible thing that we didn't do anything on. That's what's going to happen.
I advise against Ursulin doing that.
They're going to, though.
Against settling I think Ursulin should tell the leadership at the national level, we will handle this. Punish the people that did this, and do not take that money. You're taking blood money. And here's the thing.
But that's what the civil is. The civil is for money. That's what a civil suit's for. Now, if they file criminal charges, which is what the YPD would do or Florida would do, wherever it happened, that's when you get criminal charges.
So
that's
bad.
the problem.
Hey, there was a guy a long time ago when it came to doing the right thing or taking money. He had a couple interesting quotes long time ago. Not enough people know about him anymore. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? If you just settle and take that money from the Catholic diocese, you are losing your soul, Ursulin. Also, what is highly valued among men is detestable in God's sight. Money, 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 money.
Is that part of the quote? The money, money.
No.
I don't remember that part.
On giving up wealth to
money
to do right. Go sell what you possess and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. And come, follow me. On the tension between God and money, no one can serve two masters. You cannot serve God and money, Catholic diocese.
Right,
you're taking blood money, dude. You
got it.
He's quoting scripture.
That's actually
that's
actually Jesus.
Is that that was thanks, Isaac.
That's straight up Jesus.
All right, caller, you're on.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Bless you, my child. What's up?
All right, so first time caller, first time listener. It's actually through you guys I found out about the case going on, and I don't want to say real quick. One thing that's concerning me in the long term is because how things work. Okay, we have public outrage now and whatnot, but how long is it going to last and all that? That's because we all know how this works and all that.
Yep.
You know, and you know, I was in marching band. I wasn't in football, but I didn't deal with hazing, but we did deal with pranks and all. Like, you know, for example, like seniors pranked me my freshman year. They squirted me while I was sleeping my bed on senior prank night. But like, what's going on with Ursulin is criminal. And you know, I'm obviously preaching to the choir in this case, but like, I hope the hammer comes down, and I hope more games are canceled, because, in my opinion, you know, Ursulin should not be allowed to play another game until all this is settled. And I don't know if there's anything that the OHSAA can do to step in on their end. I don't know how OHSAA handles stuff like this, you know, but
that's
all I have to say on that.
All right, thanks, man. Thanks for the call. From what I understand, is OHSAA leaves the discipline for misconduct to the schools. That's the way I understand it. Now, the recruiting violations and whatnot, they will be all over that, I would assume. I mean, that's what they do. The only way they can cancel the whole season is if the school decides to cancel the whole season. And the only way the school decides to cancel the whole season is if they get public pressure.
Yeah.
That's it. Everybody watching, if you want to push them to cancel, call the diocese and demand them cancel this until the investigation's over. All right.
Calls are plenty.
I want to give my opinion.
All right,
before we take another caller, I don't think you cancel. Dude, there were.
Yeah, see right there.
When you penalize kids that weren't involved, not all kids should suffer and miss playing football. Some of my favorite memories from high school were watching football. You were punishing the band kids. You were punishing the cheerleaders. You were punishing all of the kids in the school that love to go. And I know that the private school kids love their football. And I know they love going to their games. They go to YSU Stadium. It's amazing. And I
got a story when you're.
I don't think you punish those kids, man.
I got a story.
And I don't think you punish the players that had nothing to do, that sat in their room and said, I don't want shit to do with that. I'm doing the right thing, and I don't want anything to do with that. And I don't think, and I know, as somebody who always hated Ursulin because they'd kick the shit out of us in the playoffs, I don't think it's right to take it out on those kids.
So
all the kids involved.
Here's the
that
thing.
didn't do anything.
I mean, dude, you have how many kids named in the lawsuit, though? There's a ton. You're going to lose a lot of your team. Tell you a story. Can I tell story time?
Yeah.
My junior year in high school at basketball, we were 20-2.
Okay.
20. We lost the play, whatever.
Yeah.
Senior year, we come out winning. We lost like a couple seniors.
I'm making a cup. I've heard this story.
Yeah, have you? Yeah. We come out winning, Joe. 3 of our starters get caught drinking. Say 3. So 3 starters. I didn't drink in high school till I never drank during the season. Let me rephrase that. I never drank during the season. Okay. Say that the right way.
Joe, I don't have a cup. We need more cups.
And those kids kicked off the team. Gone. We had halfway through the season. Did we cancel?
Yeah.
No. What did we do?
Lost in
we lost a lot.
Fire.
Lost the game.
But let
we
the
had
younger
2 seniors
kids
left, a couple sophomores, and a couple freshmen. That's all we had.
Yeah.
South rate. I mean,
so you let those younger kids. One of 2 things. I had another coach, a perspective of a coach from another team who probably wants the good Ursulin kids that had nothing to do with it, but I digress. Those kids doing the right thing should be promoted. Let them go. Put a different guy in there. Put a different coach in there. Grab some random dude. Let those kids that didn't do anything wrong go out there and play. Let the cheerleaders still support them. Let the kids still go to the games.
Yeah.
Like you cannot.
I mean, you're going to get murdered.
That's fine. If they want to do it, let them go out. You have to promote good behavior
look at it
and
this
punish
way.
the bad.
Look at it this way. You start a bunch of sophomores and freshmen, they're going to be real good their senior year.
So this is from a buddy. This is from a buddy of mine.
Extra playing time. Get some playing time.
This is a good take from a buddy of mine who's a coach. I won't say his name. I don't think he wanted me to say his name, but he said, "Hey, buddy, I know this was this morning. Hey, buddy, I know y'all are about to go on, but I wanted to drop this thought in your head. Any player found not to have been involved in any way, shape, or form should be granted a one-time emergency transfer exemption. People would probably try to say that this is self-serving on my part as a coach that wants the good Ursulin kids.
Right. Yeah, right.
But there is virtually no chance that we could ever get any of the players. It's just what's the right thing to do to stop kids who had absolutely nothing to do with it from being punished. Yeah, like you can't. I don't think you punish those kids.
So you're saying season trudge, let the season go?
All of the people who can't stand private schools that have won forever, like, no, shut down their season, like, get rid of them. No, you cannot punish.
Because it's the kids.
The kids that did the right thing and didn't want anything to do with it. Yeah. Get rid of all the terrible kids that did all the terrible stuff and the coaches who let it happen. Yes. But you throw together a football team and you go out there and play.
There is a lesson to be learned from all this for these children. It's like their leaders let them down.
Yeah, 100%.
Leaders being the older kids, leaders being the coaches and parents. Real life situation here when you're in your 30s or 40s. You work for a company that does illegal things, does terrible things. Yeah, they get shut down.
You lose your
your job even though you didn't do anything. It's the way it works. So go ahead. You got a call? Go ahead, caller. Sorry, Joe. You have one.
You guys hear me? So you might switch over to my truck. Hey, so I just want to call in. Based on obviously all this stuff. So the main thing, Isaac, love your points too about the love of the money and everything too, and all that stuff shooting out them. Listen, the main thing, who it falls on, is Dan Reardon. Okay, I've coached. Are you still able to hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So Luke, you know me. Okay?
Yes.
You know I've coached for years. I've been with varsity, junior varsity. I've been out in 8th grade and stuff. Had your son, great kid, love him to death. Okay. When you are a head coach and you have a staff, okay, you overlook every single thing. You know what goes on, okay? I know even what goes on down in the locker room, and you have leaders and you have captains on your team that are assigned to do stuff. Like in the locker room, for instance, I'm not in the locker room, okay, when kids are changing. That's just common sense, okay? You're not going to be down there. They're 15 years old. They're in high school. You're not going to be down there. But I have leaders that are in charge, whether it's 2 or 3 guys, like, hey, Anything goes on, you need to report to me. You build that trust with those kids, and those are your guys that you ride with and you die with on every single thing.
Hell yeah.
They have to see the stuff that you can't see. Okay, that's where one of those things falls. The fact that this guy has not stepped down yet is embarrassing.
Yeah.
The fact that he hasn't came out there is embarrassing. Now maybe he's got his attorneys and stuff that are telling him, hey, don't be doing none of this, don't say nothing. But like you're saying with the season being canceled, okay, I have mixed feelings about that. But here's the thing too, like you said with the team, okay, if you were on the team and if you're in a car, okay, and your buddies go and they rob a convenience store at gunpoint, guess what? You're guilt by association.
Right.
You're part of it.
Yeah.
You're going down with it. Okay. So now, but the one thing that I should say is that I don't know how it would work with OSHA if they go and say they're going, their season's over, right? And they go back and a kid goes to Borman or whatever. Are they allowed to play in that season and everything else? Now, no matter what, they're going to be behind. Playbooks are out. Whole systems are out.
Yeah.
Everything's out. There's next man up mentality. Best player plays. And if he can come in and he can figure that system out quick enough, good to go. But if he doesn't, obviously understand. But your thing with the diocese too, is the diocese going to toss money out? Absolutely.
Mhm.
If I had to put a bet on it, I'd put the whole house on it right now.
Oh yeah, there's no
100%
doubt.
they're going to toss them. But if you even call up there, okay, you have no shot to get any information. If you go over there, okay, it is more comfortable walking into the Mahoney County Sheriff's Office underneath the prison to update license and different things than it is walking into diocese. You're not getting a hold of anybody. You're going to talk to the person at the front desk. They're going to try to tell you, oh, come back, everything else. When I first came back from playing football in college or whatever, when I was there, I went over and I coached with Larry Kemp, right? That whole style of that locker room was completely different. You knew you don't step out of line. You're on this line, you don't step off this line, okay? Yeah, winning games and stuff maybe was difficult and everything else. They cracked down on the recruiting and everything. But there was stuff that went on where I left, okay? It's a free-for-all. Anybody can walk in those buildings, walk out of those buildings. Oh, I'm an alumni here. Oh, I'm a donor here. My son's here. And it's a free-for-all. Just even the school in general is not. When I went in there, I even got to go in a week or whatnot where I was in there with one of the teachers or whatnot because my education over at my school was, hey, we had to get a certain amount of hours, right? The stuff that goes on is crazy. There's no discipline that people think. Oh, yeah, there's report cards and stuff of like, your disciplinary cards of you're an anything or you have an actual grade under disciplinary. I don't know what it's actually called there, but pretty much a tons of different stuff. Okay, there's no discipline.
Yeah,
it's a free for all. Outside of it, it's a free for all. Right when they walk out of those doors in the parking lot across the street, I know I read in that report about they're selling pot, everything else. Yeah, kids are smoking out there. They're doing whatever they want to possibly do. It's a free for all.
Wow.
There's no leadership. Now when it goes above that. With San Martino and stuff, I've never even saw the guy, even when I was in there and stuff. I don't even remember who the AD was at that time. I don't know who it is now, but creepy vibes with that. But just from the schools that I've been at and the guys that I know, obviously I'm a graduate of Poland, it is completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. You have rules. I can't even bring in alumni to practice. You need a background check. You need to know, they need to know who it is, what they're going, it all goes through the head coach, and everything stems down. So even as the assistant coach, okay, and he's doing all this stuff, I don't know if Reardon's scared of this dude, if he's buddy with the guy, but I don't even know if I'm going to swear on here, but it's bullshit. You can't be that damn soft when it comes to that stuff with your coach. If you know that's what a coach is, guess what? After practice, you put them up against the wall, ground by the neck, and you let them know, listen, you get out of my thing. This is my house. These are my children. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Even the stuff with the defending the children, it makes me sick. Like, you know me. And if one kid said something to any of my players, even from the stands and stuff, I'm going up in there.
Yeah.
When I tell them in the first meeting, right? These kids, when they walk in this door, they are my children, and nothing will happen to them at all. Everything that happens, I will call you. Even kids didn't even know. When I knew something was going on, I called the parents when I walked out of there.
It's true.
I said, hey, something's going on. Your son's not acting right. There's something. I don't know if he's just staring around. Something's going on. Maybe something's at school. Even like when you're talking about the hazing, Isaac or whatever, when you're talking about, they hold him down, then you go up into a fair butt. Like,
Atomic sit-up.
Been a fight.
Yeah.
There would have been a fight. Someone's fingers are getting broken. Someone's eyes are getting gouged.
Yeah.
Right. Doing. Like,
Right.
We did stuff. What we did was we put shaving cream and cleats and biofreeze on chin straps. That's different.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting hurt like that. There's no bodily harm. You're not getting embarrassed to a level. Yeah, okay, your chin maybe burns or you have, oh crap, I got shaving cream in it. Like, That's nothing. You
Or
can
what was
bounce back
what
from
was
that.
table
Even if you're
table
going
topping
through the
when you
best, something you may not bounce back from mentally as that, but it's just in the one thing of like the protection of the children. It all falls on Reardon.
right
And then from that
leadership.
point, it trickles down. And then even though the assistant coach, as an assistant coach and stuff, even if I didn't agree with the head coach, I'm confronting the head coach. I'm telling the head coach, what the hell is up with this? What are we doing with this? This is what's going on behind the scenes. And then from that point, you're going from there. He don't want to listen. I'm going to the next step up.
Yeah.
Athletic director. He doesn't want to listen. I'm going to walk right into the Board of Education. Here's what's going on. They don't want to listen. I'm going to the news. You didn't want to listen to me. You had multiple different times and options. And even if his staff and stuff, you have certain coaches. Like my guess is that third coach, okay, he's the younger guy. I believe he's graduated Campfield and stuff. He's a younger guy, right? My guess is there's always that coach on every single staff, especially in football. It's different in middle school. You don't have those guys, whatever, but even in the varsity, there's a coach on the staff that you have that he may know the game, know the details of it, but his main role is you relate with the players. Like, you're not in the locker room with them, but there's a good cop, there's a bad cop.
Right.
Me and my assistant coach, I'm the bad cop. The players, they don't like me, maybe for instance, because coach is too hard on us.
Right.
He's making us run all this. And I can explain it to them, but they're not going to understand it. When
Right.
they're older, they're going to thank me. They're going to be appreciative of it. But my assistant coach, everybody loves him. End of the year, I always laugh. Oh, yeah, you win the championship. Everyone wants to take pictures with the assistant coach. Nobody wants to come take with the head coach.
Right.
And it's just funny because it's like, but you put your heart and soul in it. It's like the fact that, like, you're in a hotel. How the hell do you not get up and go and check the freaking doors? You should have bed check. And you're matching and saying, oh, as a team bonding and stuff of we mix the freshman with the seniors and stuff. You are going, if you're turning 14, you have a kid that's 18 years old.
Right.
He's an adult. Whether he's in high school or not, he's legally 18 is an adult. You don't put a 14-year-old that's trying to figure out stuff with an 18-year-old.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
I know everything goes on. 18-year-olds could be like, oh, hey, listen, if you ever like been with a girl or whatever, oh, I'm going to show you this or I'm going to show you that.
Right.
You're going to expose that child to something he's not ready to be exposed to.
Yeah.
Okay? You should know, okay, these are friends. Right, you want to bond. You bond in the football field. You bond in the locker room when it's open. But when the lights go out at night, you're going and sleeping. You are to have whoever you're best friends with, or you're close with, or you find the parents who know too. Your protection of the child. So if I know there's two new freshmen that say they're from Lowville and one's from, I don't know, Mineral Ridge, right? They're not going to know each other. But then you're going to say, oh, I'm going to go put them in Youngstown. That's a senior, and a kid from Boardman. That's a senior, right? You're complete different backgrounds, okay? You're complete different age group, and you're going to mix this in. That's a plot for freaking disaster. That's common sense. That right there, not giving a shit. That's what that is.
Yeah.
And you can win all the football games you want, but it's like, even like, you know this is going on, you're not doing anything. The fact that your son stayed with you in the hotel room tells us you knew something was happening. You put a protection order out on your own child. And you're okay with everything around. You know that other coach did this and stuff. Like, yeah, there's the X's and O's, okay, but the Jimmies and Joes are who win you the games. Like, I don't care how many X's and O's you know. Belichick says it. You don't got the players. Nick Saban said it too. You don't got the players, you ain't winning the game. So you're going to win the games as a recruit, but how are you going to get those guys on the same page, in the same team, the same order, and stuff like that? That's not even like hazing. That is weird.
Yeah.
Like, the shit that they're doing as a kid, that's like weird. That falls on the parents. Like, that's sad. That they name the kids and stuff. I coached against a couple of them in the sports stuff, and the kids are great kids. But it's like you're looking at it and you're like, where did the wrong turn go?
Right.
Did it start at home? Because
it escalated
kid,
for sure.
I can only do so much, but you're a product of your environment, and that's just the way it is. But it's like, and especially at a school like that where you're pulling in different environments from all over, you need to have extra care for those children. Your main thing is, Brungard always used to tell us is that. My job is not winning the games. My job is to turning these boys into young men into adults that are going to go into careers and go into the field. I want to turn you guys into men.
Yeah.
And
hey, caller, we're gonna get going here, but we appreciate
Josh,
the coach's perspective.
Thanks. Josh is going. Josh is ranting.
He was going.
Hot.
He was going.
All right, Josh, we have like 3 calls.
We have an anonymous caller who had an experience in that program,
All right,
so we'll go ahead and take that one next.
Hey,
right.
caller. Oh, Joe. I'm sorry. Hold on, caller. Go ahead, Joe.
Caller, you're on.
I'm on.
Yep, go ahead.
Sorry.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. I graduated from Ursulin about 10 years ago, and I have some experience about some of this stuff. Not saying I have experience with hazing and stuff, but
in terms of the coaching and how things worked over there. You know, when stuff happened in the locker room and, you know, when things weren't handled in certain ways, you know, kids, you know, in situations like it is today, they probably did try to reach out and say something. And, you know, they got denied. You know, they were told, you know, hey, you know, we'll take care of it or whatever. And then that was it. Like, they just kind of like shut us up thinking, you know, they'll take care of it and we'll be all right and whatever. And it never was taken care of. Like, it's just like hush, hush. You go to the principal's office, you kind of do the same thing. You think like certain players are being mistreated and stuff like that. And it's kind of like hush, hush. So I just wanted to be known that at Ursulin, they care way more about their football program than anything else.
Which is sad.
They get all the money in the world for football when it comes to football. You know, when they were winning back-to-back state titles, there was nothing more important in this world than that football team. Like, kids, they didn't care about the kids. They didn't care about none.
Right.
Okay. So I want that to be known that, like, it is money in football at Ursulin. It is 100% and always will be. I played different sports at Ursulin.
Well,
we didn't get any of the credit there, like none. And that needs to be understood. That's why the situation is what it is. Because they want their program to win so they can make more money.
Advertise.
So they can bring in more stuff for that program.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line.
All right. Thanks
They
a lot.
didn't care about the kids. They just thought it was no big deal and that was it.
Yeah.
Thanks, caller.
Appreciate the perspective.
I mean,
as a student who went there.
Obviously, these schools recruit and they want more kids, right? They want as many kids.
It's advertising.
It's advertising.
For the school itself.
It's, you know, it's recruiting. It's more money from the government. It's all that stuff. Nasty stuff.
There's no way to prove that, and that's Did you see that comment that was up?
What was it?
It was one of the kids is Tito Brown's kid.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true.
And I'm defending Tito here.
I don't think that's true. I've heard that. I don't think that's true.
From what the research we've done, we don't think that's true. I don't think that's.
All right, go ahead, caller. Oh, Josh, Joe, go ahead.
Caller, you're on.
All right. My name is Mary Joshua. I am a graduate of Ursuline High School. I am a mother and a nurse. And I want to say that I support this mother for what was done to her son because she got no support from the people up in management, all the way down to the assistant coach. I feel that this child will be traumatized and will need mental therapy for the rest of his natural life. I feel that the physical harm that was done to him, ending and resulting in a MRSA infection in his leg, which needed to be lanced,
I didn't know that.
Absolutely repugnant to me. I am totally repulsed by what Ursulin has done. It has gone so downhill since I graduated from high school there, and it just makes me sick.
Thank you, caller.
I'm sorry.
As a mother,
Thanks.
and as someone who went to school there, thank you for.
So, I think in the court case, what she's talking about is a kid had like an infection on his leg, and there's pictures of it. It looks like a bite, but it looks really, really bad.
Yeah.
And the mom reached out to that McGlynn guy and said, "Hey, he needs medical attention," because the kid was sending her pictures, and he gave him like a bug bite, like didn't do anything, and it got worse, and they came back, and it was infected, and all this other stuff. And exactly. Tony said the pictures were in there. I'm sorry, it was 200 pages. I have a lot of remembering.
So what do you do, man? What does Ursulin do? Is there any coming back from this, or do you listen to the people that want to shut down the school? What do you guys think?
Joe?
Man, they got to make some major changes and rebrand, because it's going to affect the incoming students. It's going to affect the prospects of people who go there. If they start hemorrhaging students, and they're going to be in big trouble.
400 kids.
I know, like that. This is bad for them. So they need to do drastic things.
Let me ask the people out there, and again, we're all public school graduates. Why? And I want to ask the crowd, the people, this: why why did you send your kids to a private school over public? That's my question. Why, as a parent, would you do it? Is it sports?
I would say it's better education.
Is it better?
And more opportunity.
Is it a better education though? On
That's
paper?
what they're going to claim. That you're going to have to. You pay a big. It's expensive to send your kid to Ursulin.
But a lot of them
more
get,
opportunity,
get grants though, and stuff.
Knowing
right?
networking, better networking. So it just boils down to opportunity and better education.
Can someone
and connecting with your religion if there's a lot of Catholics
is
in
that
the area?
right? I mean, can somebody call and
Spiritual.
explain why to me? Like, call. Don't be shy for the Catholic education. Safety in smaller crowds
because their reputation is better. Is it though? Is it?
I don't think of the education. I don't think like on paper. I don't think the education is better, like testing wise and stuff like that.
So it's a faith thing then.
Yeah.
Is it a faith
in football.
thing?
Faith in football.
Faith in football. God bless
I
America.
want to send my kid there to get a good Catholic education, raised by or taught by the Catholics.
Exactly.
And they put in Catholicism. Is that the right word?
Into their education.
Into their education.
Yeah.
They have like
I tried for a real big word there.
You did good.
All
right, I'm going to take this call. I'm going to tell them that they're on.
Here, go ahead.
All right, caller, you're on.
I'm good. So hey, the thing I want to say is we're talking about everybody feeling bad. So when those kids leave the program, they say the OSSA gives everybody, as you mentioned earlier, like a free transfer. And those kids who are listed, their parents are listed, they go to another school. Do you want them on your program?
Right.
That's
your program.
Good point.
So some of the students have already left, I think.
They canceled the game. The question is now, did they forfeit? Because if not, Farrell is now in trouble with finding a game to help for their playoff hunts, or you know what I mean?
I don't know.
They got you got to forfeit or something, because now you're hurting other schools you're supposed to play. That if you cancel, they just cancel. It doesn't count as a game. So now they're getting hurt from all this.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work point wise and everything. Well, it's an out of state game though. Does that go towards the points if it's out of state? I don't even know if that works that way.
Yeah,
it would. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you still get points. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then again, if you get a transfers, everybody should be able to transfer back to their home school in a year. And then, but again, do you want those other kids that were involved in your program if they come back to their home school and want to play football?
That's a good question. All right. Thanks for the call, man. I'll can I hit that one?
Go ahead.
As a coach and as a adult, you have this kid come to your program by himself. Okay. He made terrible choices. I'm going to say something that might make people mad. I would honestly let him in on the program.
100%.
I would honestly watch him and make sure it doesn't happen again, like a hawk.
Yeah. And I would pull him aside and say, "Listen, bud."
Yeah. Because the bottom line is, I know they did terrible
still
things.
Kids, man.
They're still kids.
Yeah.
They made a terrible mistake. And I hate saying that because they did awful things.
Right.
It goes back at Ursulin to me. It starts with the leadership and then the kids.
Correct.
So if you take that kid away from that leadership and put him in another program where I could say, look, you made terrible mistakes. We're taking a chance on you.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Yeah, you're gone immediately. Or are you going to,
does that make sense?
Yeah. Are you going to grow from this, or are you going to turn it around?
Right. That's the way I would look at
Are you a person who thinks people should be
of your decisions?
Should people be given second chances?
Yes.
Because I don't think you blame the kids. I think you blame leadership, man. This shouldn't have happened. And kids kids left to their own devices do terrible shit.
And Nick says, are they 17 and 18? Yeah. A 17 and 18-year-old, that's still a kid to me. I know in the court system, it's not technically a kid.
I still make stupid decisions, and I'm 31, but I wouldn't consider my brain developed until I was 27.
And I'm a complete idiot.
Right. Not that I'm going to go.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody makes
terrible.
Yeah. I'm not going to. Yeah, but you get it. I hope you guys. I mean, that's my opinion on it.
Yeah.
So
and that's pretty Christian of us to say forgiveness is important.
There one that said, "Why I sent my kid?" Oh, they hung up.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear why you sent your kid. Call back if you had that. I want to hear why you sent.
I think they're calling back right now. All right, next caller. All right, caller, you're on.
Hey, good morning, guys. just to answer the question about why parochial over public.
Perfect.
My mom and dad wanted better for me, my sisters, and my two brothers. The education is bar none. I made some of the best friends that I've ever had in life still to this day. And I wanted the same for my son. I was going to send him to Ursulin, but the freshman class was full. But now, hindsight being 2020, I'm glad that he wasn't able to get in because he would have been a freshman. He was going to play football.
Oh boy.
And I'm going to tell you now, if that was my son that happened to, I would have shut the school down.
Yeah,
Right. 100%.
All my nieces, my nephews, they've graduated from Ursulin. My sisters, my two brothers graduated from Ursulin. I myself went to JFK. But, I mean, this situation is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see it twofold. Everybody played a part in it.
Yeah.
Everybody had a part in it. You know, there's not one person more right than the other. I just feel bad for the ones that were assaulted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask
And
you.
I think things could have been handled a lot better.
Let me ask you a question. You said you went to Ursulin. What was your?
No, I went to JFK.
Okay, I'm sorry. What was your?
My brothers and sisters.
What was your public? What public school would you have went to if you went to a public school?
I'll give you a quick backstory.
Yeah.
I started out at public school in Niles.
Okay.
I had left my lunchbox at home the first day of kindergarten. My dad brought my lunch back to the school, my lunch bag back to the school. I had like 6 kids beating me up.
Damn.
Wow.
Very first day.
Wow.
That day, my dad pulled me out, and my mom and dad made the decision, hey, we're sending him to private school, parochial school.
Yeah.
And I thank my parents for it till the day.
Right.
Yeah.
Although I graduated from a public high school, still the education is bar none.
Right.
And any parent, all they want for their child is the best.
Right. 100%.
And you know, my sisters, my brothers, very successful. Nieces, nephews,
yeah,
very successful.
I respect the legacy aspect of it too, as someone who moved out of the area I grew up in, and now I moved back, and my future kids, I hope they go to the school that I went to, just because, like you said, all of the memories, the education, and everything that you received. I respect the legacy aspect of wanting to send your kids to the same school you went to. Totally. So we appreciate the call, caller. Thank you so much.
We got like 8 calls. Hang on, callers. We're trying here.
All right, caller, you're on.
So hard.
Look at you every time.
What's up, fellas? You guys doing a kick-ass job.
Thanks, man.
I just curious, like all the guys that had something to say, especially Randy Daniels, why he hasn't opened his mouth yet or been on the podcast.
No comment.
I have no idea who we're talking about.
What he's talking
okay,
about.
well, we'll talk about a caller. What is it?
It's one of the parents that was actually named in our lawsuit.
Yeah.
Or in the lawsuit.
Oh,
He's
that
the guy that was commenting back and forth with us.
I was so confused as to why that guy was taken. He was a parent.
He's a parent and named in the thing, saying nothing happened. You don't know the whole defense that these people have.
Yeah,
you don't know the whole story.
Here's the thing, and
Well,
it just goes,
I'm just curious of why these guys want to open their mouths and talk about it and defamation of character, but then now that you guys are coming to the point of it, nothing's being said.
I agree with you. Thanks, caller.
Yeah, thanks, caller. We appreciate you. Because here's why. Parents, it has been proven throughout history, parents will do anything to protect their kids.
Yeah. Oh, I would do
anything,
yeah,
even if your kid's doing terrible things.
100%.
The right thing to do is to punish your kid and make them learn their lesson. But there are some people out there that do not live by that same moral compass and are like, no, I'm going to protect my kid by any means necessary, even if they screw up. And our dad would have let us burn.
Dude, if we
Holy
did this
shit.
and got in trouble for this,
holy shit. Yeah.
I don't know what he would have done.
Oh, dude.
I don't think people would ever saw me ever again.
Yeah.
Like I'd be locked in the basement.
Yeah.
If Pop would have,
I think he would take us. I think he would take us over to the kid's house and make us apologize, and to the parent, what do you ask
That'd
the parents
be so bad.
what they want us?
You know what?
What they want to do to us?
Here's the problem. I wouldn't even think of doing it because I'm afraid what would happen.
Right. The repercussions. Yeah.
Good God. All right. What do you got?
Here's still got a bunch of calls, so let's keep going through them.
You guys take.
And by the way, I have to admit,
pee.
this is talk radio now. This is the tempo of what the area is used to. You guys are doing a great service for the community. I have to give credit to both of you.
What?
Thanks, Joe.
You're
Did
welcome.
Just give us a
compliment. Yeah, I did. All right, caller, you're online.
Hold on 1 second, caller. Isaac and I need to suck in the fact that Joe just gave us a compliment and said we're doing a great job, because normally he says we do terrible. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, caller. We're shocked right now. Did I just say go ahead, caller? Just did your job. Yeah.
I was just
Dude, can you hold your cell phone up?
Caller, you driving? Hey, caller, do this. Try calling back again. Maybe go somewhere where you have better service. Got a bad connection.
Can you go up on the roof? Go up on the roof.
All right.
I have to
Next
go to the
caller.
bathroom.
All right, caller, you're on.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
So the question was posed why parents sent our kids to Ursulin. I have a current child at Ursulin.
Okay.
She's a senior, and we live in Youngstown, and her entire life, Youngstown has been a failing school system. So our options were a private school. We're not Catholic, but a private school, or to try to do open enrollment to another school.
Right.
And honestly, she's been there 4 years, and it's a college prep school. Her education has been great. She's never had any problems. I think someone said, pot in the parking lot. That's probably happening at every school everywhere. So I don't necessarily think that that's anything more than, what's happening in other places.
Yeah.
My whole problem with this situation is obviously punish the people who did the offenses, punish the leadership who didn't do what they needed to do to protect the kids. But 90%, it's just like pure numbers.
Right.
At least 90% of the kids had nothing to do with this. And so all the people saying, shut the school down and all of this, that's ridiculousness. And there's just, and you're hurting kids who had nothing to do with it, who are just as offended as the rest of us that this stuff happened.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that caller. Thanks for the call. I'm going to talk about that right now. I've had parents of Ursulin students reach out to me and say this. People on Facebook, people on social media, we have every right to be mad at the administration, at the diocese, at the bishop, at the players, at the coaches that have led to this event. What we need to remember is there are probably 400 other students that had nothing to do with this.
Right.
You cannot let your anger boil over and your attempt to get retribution is what it is.
Yeah.
To these other kids that are just minding their own, going to school and doing their thing. I've seen posts on like Ursulin's Facebook page. Like there was like a couple where people were attacking like the kids that had nothing to do with it. You can't do that. Let's be human about this and realize there were bad issues that happened. You can't go after the other kids. There were also teachers. I'm sure there were administration.
They shut down the school. All the teachers that are good teachers
you can't
are done. They lose their job.
You can't do that.
You can't shut down the school. And here's the thing. What moving forward, I ask you guys, what do you think we should do moving forward? My opinion would be moving forward, the school cannot, we want to be a big Youngstown family. Do not take that blood money from the National Catholic Diocese and pay off that mom. You locally handle it. and you get rid of the coaches. From a leadership perspective, you fix it and you handle it. Do not take that money from the national diocese and pay that lady. If you do that, you are literally following in the footsteps of the sins of the past and covering stuff up and trying to get people to go away. What did that get you in the past? Nothing good. Change it. Change your leadership, fix your situation, and rebuild your reputation. It's going to be an uphill climb, and it's going to suck. But you can still do the right thing, be more transparent now about what's happening and in the future, and fix your mistakes.
Yep.
Or you can try and attempt and cover it up. And I promise, if they write that check, the National Catholic Church writes that check and tells those people to go away, which I bet they will.
It's coming.
I bet they will. The people are going to riot because you're just trying to cover it up. Be transparent, be better leaders, and fix the problem.
Yep.
Don't just try and cover it up.
Yep.
But I just hope they don't do that.
We'll talk about that. We'll end that with what we think should be done. You want to?
No calls. We're good.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk, the three of us, and then we're going to wrap this up. It's been an hour and a half. Real fast. Can you guys? We have 1,200 people watching. Could you guys like and follow
the MLO Bros?
The MLO Bros
and Youngstown Studio?
Because obviously, according to the people that don't like us, we just do this for clicks. So you might as well acknowledge that and just give us clicks.
If you can, give us a like too. If you
like, follow us. We have other programs. Some of you Catholics that we talk about would be very offended. Some of our previous topics.
Yeah, some of our
don't look back. Don't look back on old.
The Catholic Church is like, let's go look at some of these. Oh my gosh! Oh, good Lord! I'm so sorry I watched that.
They would be so
but hey, could be worse. We could be in worse trouble. Like some of the stuff you guys are.
Was it last Thursday? Which one was it? Or Friday? Which one was terrible? There's the last couple have been real bad.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
But we do this live on Tuesdays and Fridays. Joe also comes in live on Mondays and Thursdays and Wednesdays with Kellen. They're all good stuff. We're trying to help out. So please give us a like, give us a follow. All right. How do we solve this? How does Ursulin, actually, let's say this, does Ursulin solve this problem? How do they fix it?
Tell you what, enrollment.
Let's go around.
You know who's loving this right now? Mooney's loving this shit. Mooney's loving this shit. They're over there. They're like, hey, guys, just want everybody to know I think after the Ursulin football team removed their Facebook page and they got rid of the trip.
Ursulin dropped a
Moody immediately wasted no time and immediately said, hey, we have enrollment.
Dude, accepting new students right now.
Goodness gracious.
I gave Moody credit because it was like same day, like 2 hours later, they had a video prepped.
Yeah.
Here at Moody, we like to follow the words of God. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah. Like, here you go, Ursulin. Eat shit.
Yeah.
There's a call, by the way. You want to take
all
it?
right, let's take it.
All right, caller, you're on.
Hi, I was calling just to respond to some of the reasons why parents choose to send their children to Ursulin.
Okay.
If you look at some of the statistics that are...
I think we lost you, caller.
Oh, call back.
She was just getting into.
She was going to list statistics.
All right. So how do they solve it?
So I think you solve this by the alumni, where the money comes from with that school, instead of using their position to cover it up because it's too late for that now.
Yeah, you can't.
That they put it together authentically and rebuild the brand through their alumni.
Rebuild the brand through their alumni.
That means major get-rid staffing, administration, coaches, anybody who was implicated in it. You got to shed the cancers out of the situation
and say we're changing things, and here's the proof.
We're serious
changing.
about it. Yep.
Yeah. I like that. Do you think the local alumni get together and pay the kid?
No, not a chance. Not a chance. Remember those legacy funds, that funding is everything to that school. They hold an immense amount of power.
So do you think they're still going to settle? Like with the school still going to settle with this person? And
yeah, that's a good question. I think you're right on the national level that the church wants us to go away super bad.
Yeah.
And so I think that you settle, you put a gag on it, so that person never can say anything about this ever again.
I don't think that's not the right thing to do.
It's not, but that's what they're gonna do.
But
that's crazy because that goes against everything that stinking Jesus said, man. You're just taking blood money, man.
Blood money, bro.
It's wild, but that's totally what's going to happen, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is everything that Jesus said not to do.
The Church did it with all the kids.
They've done it for years.
That's all they do. They have so much money they can pay people off. It's what they do, and that's why people are so mad at this.
You know what's fun? When Jesus, one of the coolest, one of my favorite things when Jesus really freaked out, right?
Yeah.
He went to the heads of the Jewish faith, and he confronted them, and he loses his crap on them. He loses their crap on it. He calls them one of my favorite things that he calls.
I got to reconnect.
Unbelievable. Trying to make a point here, Joe. This is what we get here in Youngstown.
Enter your 6-digit PIN number.
Remember when we had our own studio and we never had problems?
God.
Welcome.
We always had problems.
I just took the Lord's name in vain, and I'm going to quote Jesus.
Do you remember when we had our own studio?
Did I interrupt Jesus?
So Jesus confronts the leaders of the Jewish faith, and he calls them, one of my favorite things he says, after he calls them vipers, he calls them whitewashed coffins. Because they're hypocrites. Why a whitewashed coffin? Do you guys know whitewashed coffin?
You have been in a den of thieves.
Get out! Whitewashed coffin. What's that mean? What's the
I'm sweating.
The metaphorical meaning of whitewashed coffin. He calls them whitewashed coffins because on a coffin, a whitewashed coffin, you look holy on the outside.
Oh.
But inside you're filled with death.
I'm going to start calling people
whitewashed coffins.
Joe, you are.
They act holy. They act holy. This is exactly. They act holy, but they're going to pay off the family and pay them blood money, and it's all going. They're going to try and cover it up, filled with death.
BJ, you in the back are a whitewashed coffin.
Whitewashed coffins and vipers.
All right, caller, you're on.
But you have made a den of thieves. Get out. Yeah. Hey, sorry, caller. Yeah, Jeff, good to hear you.
My call is for the kid himself.
Yeah.
I love what you guys are doing, bringing attention to it all, and really opening everybody's eyes to the situation. You guys getting specific about what's in the lawsuit, it's detrimental to the kid himself. He's still a survivor at this point.
Yeah.
And he has to deal with it every day.
Yep.
And then being specific, as adults, we can go look for it and we can read it. But you guys putting it on Facebook, the specifics of the lawsuit, now other kids can watch this podcast and they can go to him and say, hey, this is what happened. So you're kind of doing a disservice to him as a survivor and as a victim. We got to help this kid. We got to show him support. Let him know that it is not his fault. And kids don't understand it, but as adults, we can figure that out.
In this podcast, have we one time said that we don't support that kid? And that we don't want what's best for him?
I believe you guys do support him. But getting specific about the details in the lawsuit itself is giving other kids and younger adults, they can go watch the podcast. And
so that law,
they don't exactly
if you don't think those kids, I mean, I've been on TikTok watching kids from Mooney post videos like picking on the earth, like, dude, that is public, and that is everywhere.
What my objective? I respect your opinion of thinking we're doing a disservice, but I disagree, and I disagree because by us talking about this, and as we have said countless times, it's a leadership issue.
Right.
I hope to
100%.
put pressure on the school itself, top to bottom, so that they make changes, so that this never ever happens again. And I strongly disagree in any way, shape, or form. Are we doing a disservice to that kid? I want what's best for him.
Right.
Appreciate your. I mean, I appreciate. We're not going to agree on that.
To him. I'm just saying that situation of getting very specific about what's in the lawsuit and what actually happened to him. The kid is dealing with so much. He's probably gonna have to leave Ohio at this point. You know, we don't know what school he's in. I don't know.
Right.
Nobody needs to know.
And the news did, WKBN, WFMJ did the same exact stuff.
They shared the story too. But I don't know any of the kids' names. I think the lawsuit, as I said before, the lawyers sharing the parents' names is doing more of a disservice than anything because you're technically doxing those kids.
100%. You could put it together.
Yeah.
I believe that should have been redacted also.
For sure.
But also, I want this kid to know if he hears your podcast or his parents hear this podcast, he's got support out there.
100%.
He wants to find some support. I know the VA has reached out, said, hey, we're willing to take this kid on. So there's sexual assault survivors there that have resources. And there's some bad mamma jammas out there that are willing to step up.
That's a great resource.
Let him know he's not alone.
Awesome.
And let him know that this is not his fault and he can continue to grow and be a bad motherfucker himself.
Yep.
Sorry to swear.
No, you're good. You're allowed to swear. It's not radio. But no, we appreciate the resource and yeah.
Bad motherfucker. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right. Have a go. Nothing?
One more call. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think this is the callback from the disconnection earlier.
Thanks.
Caller, you're on. Go ahead, caller.
When I do it, they answer.
Stacy? Yeah,
yes,
go ahead.
We're here.
Okay, so I'm not a callback from earlier.
Oh.
This is my first call.
Okay.
So no, I just wanted to call and like bring up a couple of different points.
Sure.
Number one, you guys were saying like you would have no problem with those kids going onto another team and playing.
Yeah.
As long as you're keeping a close eye on them.
Of course.
I guess devil's advocate here.
Please.
What if what they did to a female? Would you still be like the exact same situation? Would you still be okay with them going on to another team? What's your view on what happened?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
one.
That's a good question.
Is there a double standard?
There's
That's a great
between
point.
men and women. I'm going to say it. There is a double standard, and there will always be a double standard.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because I know people are going to disagree with this, but if they did what they did to this kid, they pinned a girl down and they were dry humping her. That alone, like, absolutely,
It changes the game.
100%.
So I just wanted to bring up that point.
That's a great point.
I wanted to bring up that point. The exact same
point.
situation. Don't change any of it. But if they did that to a girl and they filmed it and they disseminated that film all out to everybody else, I think we would be looking at
Stacey,
this completely different. And I think that point needs brought up.
Right. I have a question for you. I'm going to now again. You just got me thinking here. Do you think the leaders of the school and the church would have done the same things they've done if it was a girl?
No, and that's why I want to bring this point up. I think everything would have been handled differently. I think the school would have handled it different. I think the coaches would have handled it different.
That is
I think
freaking good point.
Is a huge problem with the fact that this was done to a male, and I think that is one of the core problems here.
All right, cool. Thank you. We'll talk about it. That's
a really good question.
Freaking great.
That's a great question.
I haven't even thought of that.
Yeah, somebody be in jail right now if that was 100%.
But so the thing is,
sexual assault.
The
in
thing
jail.
is, it would have been, since it's more of a conventional system. They would have protected the girl. I feel like. But
100%.
the other thing too is you got to remember these are boys that are rooming together. A girl would never be in that situation in a hotel like that, and they would have put more precautions in place just
that
because
never happened in
right
years.
But like somebody brought up in the past, like we went on a band trip at South Range. I remember they put duct tape on the door when
So
we
you
went to
couldn't get
sleep
out.
so
Yeah.
that we couldn't get out and go into other rooms. Like they should have done that with the boys. Like they should have. You go into your room, lights out.
good point.
You two are the only ones in this room, but they didn't do that.
But all three of us playing sports, we all had experiences where
I got
somebody
bullied.
was
bullying. Like
so-
I said earlier, table topping. Like you sneak behind somebody and the other person pushes them because you're all padded up and you won't get hurt.
But you put a girl in any
schoolboy.
Is that what that's called?
That's called where you crawl up behind a guy. Then
Yeah, and then the other person pushes him. Yeah.
We used to do that where I'd run around like in warm-ups before the coaches. I'd run around and do like a little
of course.
dance, and then
But
somebody
you-
would crawl up.
But you put any girl in those same situations that we encountered in sports, and it's a
Yeah.
different story.
Right, because at the end of the day, statistically, I don't even know if it's like it goes back to like women just overall, women are going to be weaker than men physically.
They had 5 dudes hold this guy down.
And if you're holding a girl down and you do that shit, oh dude. And like the way we were raised, you wouldn't mess
do it.
with girls.
You wouldn't do it.
That's a totally
that's a
different,
terrible double. Now that she said that, that's a terrible
it's a double standard that exists. It always exists.
Wow.
If a female teacher sends nudes to a 17-year-old student It's not quite as bad as a male teacher sending pictures of his dong to a girl, because that's horrible. But that teacher, that 22-year-old teacher that sends pictures to that 17-year-old, that kid's a hero for the rest of his high school career.
Sleep it. You got a 22-year-old teacher a male teacher sleeps with a 16-year-old student.
Fucked.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
You have a 22-year-old.
It's still messed up. It's still messed up, but that kid's getting high fives. As terrible as that is.
It's terrible. That
kid's still getting high fives.
Yeah, that's awful.
And it's still rape.
All right,
it is.
Caller, you're on. Nope, caller went away.
We asked this before, Luke. If you had an 18-year-old son, okay, or no, you know Hollywood, right? So for the longest time, harlots, or the Hollywood harlots, right? The Hollywood stars that were like 18, 19, 20. The directors were like, "You'll get the role if you sleep with me." If that was your daughter in that situation, you'd freak out, right?
Yeah.
But if it was an 18, 19, 20-year-old boy and there's a 50-year-old lady, and your son becomes a Hollywood movie star if he sleeps with that 40-year-old lady, I might tell my son, get your ass in there. You take care of business and you become a Hollywood star. That's the double standard that exists in society.
That is a terrible double standard.
Isn't that a double standard though? Like get your ass in there.
I'm going to tell you.
But my daughter, I burn the place down.
Every day, I'm glad I have 3 boys. I'm going to tell you that right now. Right. Every day, I'm glad I have 3 boys.
Totally.
Wow, we could have a whole podcast on the double standard.
It still isn't okay.
Can we do that on Tuesday? Can we have
we've talked. I think we've talked about this before.
The double standard?
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. Wow. But oh yeah, it would be horrible, and I think the school would have handled it differently. But because it's 2 boys, or because it's boys, they
back to the thing we're talking about. My call on what Ursulin has to do.
Okay,
like Joe said, total rebranding. They need to clean house.
Yep.
I mean, and I'm not just talking about the school. I'm talking about the bishop needs to stand down, whatever his name is, at the diocese. They all need to step down. And I'm not talking about transferring to different schools or whatever. Step down and go away. Yeah. Hire new people, hire new coaches, and say, we're new, we messed. They have to admit what they did was wrong. For sure. That would be number 1 in my mind. They have to admit their errors, admit their mistakes. We've messed up. This is what we're doing now to fix it. This will never happen again. Yep. That's what they have to. If they don't do anything like that, they're done. They're done. I wouldn't send my kid there right now if it was the last school in the area. There is no way.
They have some reputation.
There is no way. I mean, what do you guys?
I have 2 girls, 3 boys nightmare.
Yeah, there is no way.
Background checks.
Some people are saying there's no coming. I'm sure they do background checks. All right, I have to do background checks when I coach stuff.
They're screwed. There's no coming back from this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they need to resign. Do you?
One of the coaches told them to delete that shit. That's so messed up.
Do you think they're going to resign? Any of those people? Isaac, the coaches or the parents, or not the coaches or the principal or the assistant principal?
at this point,
do you think
if they don't, Ursulin will, the people will not support Ursulin anymore. If they don't, if people don't resign and people don't get fired, Ursulin's going to fade away and Mooney's going to take over. And the weird thing is that over the past probably 10 years, I feel like Ursulin has risen and Mooney has faded. And just flip of the hat, it's going to switch.
I think that's a fact that's been happening.
It's going to switch.
Wow.
All right, let's wrap it up here, guys.
You got stuff to do?
We got a 2-minute and 30-second from now hard stop on the stream. So go ahead and do your pitches.
They stop us at 2 hours?
I'll tell you after.
This guy. We're trying
wrap it up.
We're trying to make a living here being podcasters in this studio.
By the way, which we make no money.
Right, which we make
but bring that up then. What do we do, Isaac?
So thank you all so much for watching. We are approaching 2 hours. We are going to be kicked off here soon, but we appreciate you for tuning in. If you haven't already, check out the MLO Bros Facebook page. Check out Youngstown Studios Facebook page. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Also, how we pay our bills.
We don't make
MLO Bros stands for Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. We are loan officers. We are real estate agents. If you want us to use our platform to help you buy a house, sell a house, list your house, you need financing.
Maybe you need to find a new school.
Maybe you need to move somewhere and find a new school. We will help you. But we appreciate you for tuning in. My cell phone is 330-921-8978 if you want to call me. And thank you all so much for commenting. Thank you to all the callers. And yeah, that's we got a minute and a half. No, just a minute.
No, just burn it. Burn the whole minute.
But
Screw you,
no,
Joe. We're
like
gonna use all
one
of
of the callers said, I want to make it abundantly clear. We hope the victims of this, like the community, Youngstown's here for you. You know, we want you to move on, and like that guy said, move on to be badasses in society and heal from this. So we support you. We do hope that Ursulin makes the right moves moving forward. Do not take that blood money from the Catholic diocese on a national level. I know it's coming, but yeah. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we are live on Tuesday, 9 a.m.
See you guys.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. This is original Youngstown content. Feel free to share our videos and tell your friends about us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. Thank you for your support.
Get out of there and audit our clips.
Damn it.